Today we're talking about synthetic cannabinoids. These products are chemicals, a chemical compound. It's actually the possession or distribution sale of these compounds are prohibited both by federal legislation and Wisconsin Act 31, a state statute that prohibits possession or sale of any of these products that you see in front of us here. Basically, the chemical compound comes in a powder form. It's usually imported from countries outside of the United States. The powder is then diluted, usually with acetone, making it into a liquid form, and then vegetable leaves, Damiana leaves are the most popular, are either sprayed with this liquid compound or the leaves themselves are soaked in the compound. This is done in garages, basements, kind of a home recipe for manufacturing this product. It's dried, it's placed in packages that look very professional packaging by these people making it up in their garages and warehouses, and then is distributed by wholesale distributors, either through the internet, or we have an active investigation that is wrapping up where the Narcotics unit as well as the DEA have a joint investigation targeting one specific wholesale distributor that is distributing in the entire southern Wisconsin region. We have actually witnessed that distributor placing product in several Dane County retail outlets, gone in undercover, purchased the products, taken them to the Wisconsin Crime Lab, and confirmed that they are synthetic cannabinoids, illegal and prohibited by the state law. That distributor is still being sought. The case is not yet prosecuted, so I can't talk any further about that. That takes us back to January 25th. The DEA and state and local agencies throughout the country participated in what was termed Operation Logjam. It was a national effort primarily targeting on the national level the manufacturers and distributors of these synthetic cannabinoids. There was over 109 cities that participated. In Wisconsin area, it was Madison, Milwaukee, and Racine were cities that participated. The Dane County Narcotics Task Force with DEA, City of Madison officers, Dane County Sheriff deputies on that day in July went out and did compliance checks of over 15 retail outlets, gas stations, and head shops in the Dane County, Madison area. We recovered over $61,000 retail value worth of illegal product that was being inventory for sale. Was about 9.75 kilograms of product, over 3,497 packages. These are sold in primarily 1 to 5 gram packages. They retail for between $12.99 and $44.99. And again, over $64,000 worth of product seized in Dane County in one day at roughly 10 different establishments. We believe that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our goal here today is first to educate the public on the product itself and the fact that it is illegal to possess or consume. We want to let parents and potential users know the product is illegal despite what it says on the packaging. Every instance where we have made purchases or seizures and sent it to the crime lab, it has come back as testing positive for prohibited substances. So for users, the product is illegal. And our second goal today is to educate potential retail distributors. The product is illegal to display. It is illegal to sell. Now, we, through our investigations, know that some of the retailers are very well aware that it's illegal to sell based on the fact that it's not displayed out in public, that you have to actually ask for it. It's hidden behind the counter. You have to ask by the special name. And they're not, some of them are not ringing it up on the regular register. They have a separate cash box. So some of the retailers are well aware that it's an illegal product and choose to distribute it anyway. The DA's office is more than willing to prosecute those businesses. We want to put on notice every Dane County retailer that these products are illegal. We will be doing compliance checks. We will seize them, and you may face prosecution. Some of the stores that, like I said, it was an ongoing investigation. There were several stores in the downtown Madison area this spring that were suspected of selling these products that were believed to be illegal. The Central Community Policing Team did some investigations, spot checks, confiscated quite a bit of product that was believed to be illegal. All of those were sent to the crime lab and tested positive for the prohibited substances. That inventory that was seized is obviously going to be retained and destroyed as contraband. We went back to several of those stores in the end of July and did a second compliance check and found at least 2 or 3 stores in the downtown area continuing to sell the illegal product, and again confiscated more. They are facing potential prosecution. Some of the stores involved are the BP gas station at 4222 East Washington. Joel, we will give him copies of these so you don't have to write it down. But the BP on 4200 East Washington Avenue in the city, the Mobile at 3019 East Washington Avenue, the Shell Station 950 South Park Street, a store called Sunshine Daydream at 619 State Street, a store called Amsterdam at 917 Williamson Street, and the BP gas station at 1525 State Street in the village of Black Earth. All of those stores have already had products sent to the crime lab and come back positive as illegal substances. It is marketed as an incense. On the packaging it'll say not for human consumption. It is marketed and sold as a legal product, as an incense. However, the primary consumer of this and the distributors know this. The reason it's out there is people ingest it by smoking it to get high. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yes, what we're seeing happen is we're seeing that people are having heart palpitations, strong hallucinations. They're basically amnesia, where they're not sure what's happening to them. They're waking up the next day, or there was a situation in the state of Wisconsin where a subject was looking for, he was continuously smashing his car into another car, where the tire, or the rubber off the tire was actually removed from the tires. So some of the hallucinations are very strong and dangerous.
One of the problems with the product, although it looks like it's professionally packaged, it is not professionally manufactured. You never know exactly what quantity you're going to get of the chemical in any one of these packages based on who manufactured it, putting it together in the lab, the basement, the garage, the warehouse. A lot of times it's sprayed on, and if you hold the sprayer longer in one particular area, you're going to get a stronger chemical in that particular batch of the leaves. And so there is no quality control. There's no way of knowing how much of the chemical you're getting or exactly what chemical you're getting. It's a real unknown. I think one of the biggest problems is it looks like it's a professionally manufactured and distributed product, and it's far from that. It's you never know what you're getting, what chemicals you're putting into your body, and that's why it's marketed as an incense, not for human consumption, because it's dangerous. It's a toxic chemical. When it's used and smoked, it does have a similar effect to marijuana, depending on the human that's consuming it and depending on the quality of the product you're getting, but you don't know what you're getting.
Who is making the money on this?
I think there's money being made at every level. Obviously, the people who sell the chemical compound overseas are making money. The people who are manufacturing and wholesale distributors are making money. And clearly the retailers there's a markup of approximately 70% in terms of what they're selling it for retail. So they are making money on it as well. I believe some of them are being duped by the wholesale distributors, saying it's a legal product. They have phony lab tests saying that it's DEA compliant. We know that those we have talked to retailers here in Dane County who had been contacted by the wholesale distributor and said, no, I'm not gonna sell this product. So we know the spiel, we know how it's marketed. It's being sold by the people selling it as a legal product. And like I said, 100% of the stuff we have sent to the crime lab for testing has indicated that it's illegal against Wisconsin statute.
Can you tell us anything more about the distributors of this? I mean, are these distributors who are also selling legal products, or is this their sole, their sole product range, if you will? And what's the pitch like to the retailers?
I'll let Caroline answer most of that, but most of the distributors I'm talking about are not distributing legal potato chips and drinks and then selling this on the side. They're drug dealers. They know what they're doing. They're buying it. They're mixing it up, packaging it, and then they're distributing it to retailers. That's my understanding of it. In terms of the pitch, Carol Ann, if you want to.
Right, the retailers have stated that a person will come into the store or they've learned from other retail associates where they can make a lot of money on selling the incense, that they are to market it as an incense. If somebody comes in, they sell it as aromatherapy. They're telling the distributors are telling the retailers, here is a lab result, it's a legal product to sell in the state of Wisconsin. They're also being educated by attorneys that are saying if a person comes in saying they're going to smoke it, that you shouldn't sell it. However, we have found through undercover controlled buys that that is not true, that they will sell it. They'll talk about the flavoring. A lot of the packages you'll see where it's labeled pina colada, strawberry, bubblegum, orange dream. Again, a marketing tool where it's sprayed with a flavoring substance. And people will ask them, what does it taste like? And they'll tell them, yes, it tastes like strawberry. So they do know what they're selling. And it's being marketed as so.
I mean, I think you mentioned that the price is anywhere from $12.99 to $44.99. I don't know a lot about drugs, but that sounds like a fairly affordable, thing to use. Is that what's the market like out there?
Well, it's affordable, and not only that, a lot of the people out there are thinking, well, why would I want to go to a drug dealer when I can go to my local gas station and purchase this? The price might be a little bit higher, but they're thinking that it's a legal substance, and unfortunately, the reaction that they're getting from it, one, is highly addictive. It's a Schedule I drug, which means there's no medical purpose for it. Also, it's highly the high potential for abuse. So, but also the marketing aspect where they're putting Scooby Snack on it or Mad Hatter with fun pictures on it. So to say that it's aimed, for incense and you put not for human consumption, why would you have to put that on these packages for that? Or DEA compliant. If it's DEA compliant, why would you put that on an incense package?
Is there an age range that you know that is the largest consumer of this, or that it's being targeted at? Is it younger people? Is it students, college-age students, younger, not necessarily?
From what we've seen, between 16 and 25 years old.
And how common is it in Dane County, especially now compared to maybe 2 years ago when people started finding out about it and changing laws?
I think law enforcement being educated on it as well. We didn't see a lot of it in our area, or not only that, we weren't educated on it as ourselves. And so once we became educated on it, we began looking for the substances and also seeing complaints come in on it. That's when we started our investigation.
Do you have a sense of like how many people or how many products they're selling, or how many people might be?
No, I know that one retailer stated that they were making, outside of Dane County, were making $40,000 a month on this product. A Dane County retailer who is it's currently being investigated stated he was making several $1,000s a month on this product.
So you mentioned locations more or less in the central city. I mean, is this, like if I go to the gas station, I live on the south side, if I go to the gas stations in my neighborhood, am I going to be able to find this?
Hopefully not after today. We know that it's widely distributed. We did 15 compliance checks at 15 locations. Some we knew were involved in our investigations. Others we had received information that they had been selling. Of the 15 we checked, we found products at 10. So almost 70% of the retailers we checked. Like I said, it's the tip of the iceberg in terms of what's probably out there and being distributed. We really wanted to take more of an educational, put people on notice, let them know it's illegal, and we're really pushing for voluntary compliance on the retail level for sure. We don't have enough resources to investigate this every day, so we're looking for voluntary compliance, but we will obviously follow up on those who choose to knowingly continue to break the law.